Yeah, we introduced.
And my daughter-in-law said she said it's a fancy slicer. They got big hotel.
The pergola was here when we bought the house. This backyard where we bought the house was full of weeds. They were 6 foot tall, so we did clear all them out. This was already here and we utilized it. Having the train run around it, you're sitting right in the middle of the train layout. And I think it just, when sitting here and watching the trains from different vantage points, you just have a different view. It has a little different aspect depending on where you're sitting and what you're seeing. The rocks came from our home farm. I've been using my brother's farm equipment and trucks to haul some of the rock and dirt on. The rocks came from Copperhead Hill, which is my brother's farm here. We'd pick up a rock and we'd have a rake ready to kill the copperhead out. The thing I like about garden railroading is my wife is also involved. She tends to do the gardening and the watering and the landscaping, and I do help her with that. She helps me keep the track clean. We do work together on it, and I think that's one thing that garden railroading has, is the husband and wife usually work together as a family. We're with HO, we're in scale, and clubs I've been in the past, it's primarily been all guys and kind of a guys club. And I do enjoy spending time with my wife and the garden railroad. Melanie's done a lot of the landscaping. She put in the watering system. With the past 2 years we've had severe drought, and the watering system has really saved our plants.
It's a drip irrigation system. That would be the main line pipe that would end up going all the way to the faucet at the house, and then we can branch off of it with 1/4 inch line. There's a timer on the faucet so that it comes on every day and runs for 20 minutes. You can have it come on twice a day or 4 times a day, once a week. This black line is the main line that goes through. The timer that connects to it uses 2 AA batteries, depending on what kind of a sprinkler head it is. Green ones are 360 spinner waterers, and there's a green one right up here. That one is spaced so that it will get both sides across the track. Some of them are just 180s, and will just go one direction. This is a drip, it's just a dripper, and we have those on all the larger trees that need more water. This one you can manipulate so that it will put out several drips, or you can do it just a single one. The pond, it's actually about 2 foot deep, and then we have it covered with gravel and rock so that it only shows to be a few inches deep. There's a main line that comes up from the pump up to this area. And in this area, we actually have a manifold that we can split off the water into multiple areas. So we have a line that goes down that creek, 2 lines that come over to this creek, one for this. We've utilized some of the irrigation 1/4-inch line that we have attached into water dripping off of the rocks. I wanted it to look like a spring.
Sometimes I get 1 day a week, sometimes, 2 hours a day. The neat thing about trains is it's not an animal you have to feed and water every day. You can work on them today, you can leave them till tomorrow, you can leave them till next week, or even next month, depending on when how aggressive you want to be with them. They're there when you come back to them. So far we've been at it 1.5 years and we're still having fun. We're just getting started.
Welcome to Germantown. I've been collecting LGB stuff for about 25 years. Most of the locomotives and running stocks are kind of a German influence. Our railroad here takes place in about the 1930s, the 1940s. All the track, all the cars, all the locomotives, and all the buildings are LGB. This is the train yard here, and has a passenger station, a freight station, the 3 locomotive sheds with the turntable, and a coaling station, couple of water towers. This is a regional mail distribution center here, and that's the fire area. This is a farm. Diane said I could have the garage so her cars could sit out and everything. About Christmas time. Nothing like hosting a meeting to push you.
I do apartment maintenance, and one of the tenants moved out and he left his train box with just the engine, tender, and passenger cars. When he finally called back, we told him that, I wanted to buy it from him. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to throw it in the dumpster. I was going to throw it away." He said we could have it. I brought it home, and so I started doing some looking on the internet and found the hobby shop. We stopped in there one weekend and told him what we had. And he set us up with a transformer and basically just enough track to do a loop around the Christmas tree. And I showed Julie one of a snowblower in Pennsylvania, and she goes, "Can we do that outside with ours?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And that's how we got started. What you're looking at is the second year of the trains. It's just a work in progress. I mean, there's 110 bents on it. I made every one of them. I made a jig. I cut all the wood in my shop.
Then we got a circus train. So I got a circus tent from one of our club members, and we've been collecting circus.
Julie got to build her first model ever. So that was fun.
Little red schoolhouse. That's all wood, built from scratch, just like you would build a regular house.
Joy and I both have our hobbies. I like working with woodwork, she works with thread. Well, once we got doing the trains, now we're both out there working together. For some people, I could see where it would be a little bit frightening to get into, but once you get started and start understanding it, it's actually very fun. You can run trains, whether it's raining or snowing if you want, or you can work on your buildings inside. One thing that we've noticed since we don't watch TV anymore, watching the weather and the news, and it's fun, it's challenging.
You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this hobby. That's what I like. Start small and work from there.